So, Second Wind College Insurance, our team decided to come up with a solution that no one has ever thought about, or maybe they thought about, but it hasn't been developed or processed. And we saw that kids, they want to drop out of college sometimes, and it does get tough. We all know that going through all these tests and how hard it really is, there's really no easy way out, and people know that there's hardships and there's hard times in life, and there's 4 years right there that you're an adult and things can happen. People die, things, hardships happen, and some people like to switch on to their own careers, and why not allow for some way to come out clean and with little to no debt instead of having to be stuck with all this debt and having no degree. I feel like there's no reason to have that. And looking back, just kind of the idea that we thought of, that process is, I had a buddy about 6, 7 months ago. He ended up committing suicide, and his parents are now stuck with all the college debt and tuition that they were paying for him, and it's not right that they would have to be stuck with that. Why not be enrolled in an insurance program that allows for students to have that out, or with some certain unforeseen circumstance allows for students to get out of this mess. Now I'm going to redirect you over to Kevin to talk about the research that we did to figure out if this really was an optimal solution for us to pursue and keep doing. And overall, our team, I just wanted to kind of give a little bit of background so you understand where we're coming from and kind of have an understanding of what we are. So my name's Zach Russell, and I'm a senior at San Diego State, and I thought of just this idea that I'm a business management, and I love the whole management aspect, and I love working and being able to understand people and trying to work through this whole system and trying to develop a personality of this company. And Kevin over here, I'll have him tell you about a little bit of his background and go through that.
So I'm a general business management student. This is my junior year. After partnering up with Zach and hearing his idea, I fell in love with it right away, as I have had problems in the past with debating whether school was for me or wasn't for me. And with this idea, I mean, we can help so many kids out that financially or mentally they're not ready for that big step yet. And with this company, possibly have that second chance or second win, no pun intended. We decided to do more research as we were all intrigued by this idea of college insurance. We were kind of shocked when we discovered that there was no one providing this kind of help for students. This is when we began to ask around and see if this was truly something that people would be involved in. We took a couple of surveys on Facebook. We asked a couple of other classmates, and they all agreed that this would be an interesting idea. None of them had a clear solution or had an answer of who would provide this. So we knew we were on to the right track. As we did our research, we saw that in 6 years, only 57% of students that were enrolled were not done with school. And out of those 57, 33% of them dropped out completely. This was all information we gathered from Public Agenda. And the number one reason for students leaving was financial reasons. When students join schools, they are always looking at the location, they're looking at the programs, but not really financially, and that's what one of the biggest mistakes is. Throughout our research, we saw that students at this age usually are paying for all their bills, not really relying too much on their parents. This is when we thought to ourselves, why don't we conduct surveys towards parents as well? As we researched with the parents, a lot of parents did not know what was going on with their daily activities. They didn't know that their students were considering dropping out at any point in their college experience. This was always an eye-opener for them, and they all decided that a college insurance would be the perfect way for them to feel secure about the money that they are helping their kids with, and this would help them so they can have an ease of mind that in case of anything, there is someone out there that's looking out for their kids.
On top of Kevin being part of our team, we also had Jorvik, which this was actually a really cool and great experience to be able to do. Is we had a design student come along with our management team and help us create some logos, which none of us have any experience in doing. Jorvik also helped with just designing the whole process of these logos. He helped design the website. He helped get this business. It feels like adding this just helped a business actually flow and get this initial start that it really needs to actually start feeling like a business. And just getting those business cards and getting all that he did, it really just, it brought that design and management together, and it really felt like this ultimate like combination of a business. So that's kind of our team, and now we'll kind of start getting into the research that we did, and I'll let Kevin fill you in on that. Moving on to the proposed solutions, our team, we decided to come up with this huge type of range for the college systems, that there's going to be a range for the community colleges, there's going to be a range for the state colleges, and there's going to be a range for the universities as well as the private colleges. We wanted to integrate this within the college checkout system to allow for an easy, flawless system that doesn't create any confusion with the service that they are currently signing up for. The value proposition that we bring is that we are the very first ones on the market and the very first ones that develop the service. Secondly, we are covering students that decide to choose another career and trying to help them not to be in as much debt as they should be. Not only will parents and students want this options, but universities will want to pair up with this college insurance, because not only are we getting paid, but the colleges, they will be getting paid no matter what, regardless, because of our system, which why wouldn't they want to sign up for that? We're going to make this system so easy that it's as easy as paying for that student AS fee, which is only a couple of dollars, where you can select that option at the checkout, but you can also do this as well. Our customer relations that we want to focus are having 24/7 customer support on the phone, and also we are going to have the college finance department or somebody in there to will give tutoring or any sort of mentoring to allow for them to understand this insurance program. We want our customer segments that we want to really target. The very main focus, obviously, is students and children, but then ultimately we really see that this being huge in targeting colleges and universities, because they're the ones that we would implement this system and allow for us to directly have these channels for people to sign up for it and whatnot. The revenue streams that we decided to do is we have this formula that we're working on to base on these college that insurance companies use, and it'll be a percentage between 5 to 6% off the tuition for each of them semesterly. Now, moving on to the storyboards, we were trying to figure out where to kind of start, and we wanted to start at our background, which was picking a school, which was the college, then trying to figure out how to pay the tuition, and then figuring out how to sign up for Second Wind, stressing over college, balancing work and school, and then people need a break, and then helping students. We wanted to try and get students back on track. So ultimately, this contribution to society is allowing for students to not go in debt, and it's making kids have the ability to go start new careers and making the economy boost, because people aren't having to pay this debt that they owe to all these different companies and banks and whatnot. They're actually allowed to, people are going to get this second chance, and we don't want anyone to be stuck in that career that they no longer want or the school that they no longer want to attend. We want to have them be developed individuals that have the opportunities, and this is America, where we get to choose what we want and where we get to go. Kind of after learning about all of this, though, we wanted to learn, we found out that it would be really great too, after once we get this system started, is we would like to go into like trade schools and medical schools and ensure all different type of schoolings to allow for an even broader and bigger spectrum, because we think that this would be a huge market because of how hard medical school is, and you hear about people dropping out of medical school, and people don't realize that this is over $250,000, and why not try and back that up and help people not walk around with $500,000 or $250,000 in debt and have this insurance that will back them up. So ultimately, this is what the college insurance should be doing, and this is what we believe is right.